ask about the Beijing Olympics real quick? I know you answered a few questions yesterday.
You are welcome to ask.
Okay. You mentioned yesterday that there were a range of issues when it comes to U.S. decision on whether or not to do a diplomatic boycott. You mentioned Xinjiang and human rights. How much will the recent incident with the tennis player Peng Shuai be a factor in your considerations? And then also, is the State Department talking to allies, partners, like-minded countries about doing a boycott, as a group of countries, or just the U.S. alone?
Look, we have spoken to our concerns with Peng Shuai, and we continue to monitor this very closely. Obviously, there has been footage, there has been statements that have emerged, including from the Women's Tennis Association, but we continue to monitor this case very closely, precisely because of not only the circumstances here, but also because of the broader principle at play. And that is one of support for the ability of any individual to report sexual assaults and to seek accountability, and to know that that report will be investigated, and to have that confidence without fear of reprisal, without fear of intimidation, without fear of harassment. And it's especially concerning in the PRC context to see this, because we know that the PRC has a track record of zero tolerance for criticism, and a record of silencing those who would dare to speak out. Look, when it comes to the separate issue of the Olympics, there are a range of factors, including issues of human rights abuses, including what we have seen take place and what we are seeing take place in the context of Xinjiang. We have been nothing but clear about what has and what is taking place in Xinjiang. We've taken a number of actions in response to the ongoing genocide and other human rights abuses in Xinjiang. So all of this will weigh on our decision making when it comes to the Olympics, but I just don't have anything further for you today.
And is the U.S. Looking to see if other countries would be willing to join them in a diplomatic
Our
boycott?
concerns when it comes to the PRC's track record on human rights is something that we have discussed at great length with virtually all of our allies and partners, and it's a concern that we have heard shared by virtually all, if not all, of our allies and partners. But again, I just don't have anything additional on our posture vis-a-vis the Olympics, Andrea.
Clarify what the reaction might be, or whether the IOC call was legitimately a proof of life?
I would need to refer you to the IOC. I would need to refer you to the Women's Tennis Association for those details, but we are monitoring the case very closely.
Don't we have our own means of verifying things?
As a general matter, we do, but often we don't speak to those means or to the information we may have.
Are you confident she is well?
I would refer those questions to the IOC and to the Women's Tennis Association.